wish that I could convey what it was like to meet Jesus and, when he came and baptized me with the Spirit. But I want to talk about part of that moment and just different things I've learned in my walk since that moment. Just things that he's shown me. Like, one of the main things that Jesus really showed me when I came to him, when he came to me in spirit and he baptized me with himself, I saw my life from his perspective. With his eyes, I saw my life through other people's eyes. He showed me supernaturally how my decisions, my reckless, selfish decisions at that time were affecting their lives, even the decisions I didn't know that were affecting anyone else. And I saw it from their perspectives and how it grieved God, and I got to feel his pain on that. I got to feel other people's pain too, that I had hurt or that I had neglected or ignored in some form because of my decisions, because of being so busy. I was busy running from pain that was deep in my heart. And even though I was friends with God when I was a child, I ran in my pain and was self-destructing because I was believing lies from Satan and just so much was going on. So when Jesus came into my life to chastise me, he warned me, you need to stop sinning. You will go to hell. If you don't stop, you will go to hell. He let me know that I would die. And he wasn't speaking of next year and 10 years from now. He was seriously pissed off. And he was saying, if you don't stop, you will die. And you will die in your sins. If you continue to live this selfish way, then you're showing me that you don't need me. And that you don't want me. And you're prideful and thinking that you're going to do things your own way, that your way's better. So that's basically part of what was going on. Then the other part was, I felt God's wrath, and then I also felt God's love. And he was explaining to me in the unique way that he did to reach my heart, to convict me, because he knew that I wanted him more than anything. But he had to deal with me. I had to answer to him. I had to answer to him for the way that I had neglected his heart all of those years. And rightfully so. God had every right to be mad at me and to destroy me, and he didn't, thank God. But anyways, that's his love and mercy and grace. But he's also shown me that is a miracle, and so few go to him. So few. And it's just devastating. What's really on my heart right now is just how so many people waste time. And I know I talk about this a lot, but it's just true. This life is short. And especially when you step back and look at the big picture and compare your time on earth, to eternity, it's extremely short like that, okay? Yeah, when I met Jesus, that knowledge of how I wasted time doing my own thing, making my own plans, being busy, going here, going there, doing my own heart's desires before I met him. He let me know in that moment how I was wasting time and how I was missing out on the whole point and purpose of my life at that point in my life, and just how many opportunities came my way to where God was pleading with me in moments and I ignored him because I was too busy. I was distracted with things in my life, and I really gained the understanding and the depth of knowing how grieving that was to God that I wasted time, because so many things could have been done according to his will. And what I mean by that is so many people could have been helped in moments, but I was too busy. You know what I'm saying? And so many parts of God's heart was being ignored at that time in my life, and he was having to watch me go astray a different way. And how even the smallest of my decisions at that time had a huge impact on eternity and had a huge impact on other people's lives around me that weren't even necessarily always selfish or evil motives or decisions, but just that because I had made certain decisions that other people's hearts were being neglected and God's plans weren't being brought forth and played out because I had neglected his heart at that time. I could talk about this for hours, but he really taught me how it's a sin And it's a grievous, deep sin when people are constantly making plans and they're busy doing their own thing and they're not seeking God for His will for their life, because so much work has to be done in people's lives, and it's not getting done because there aren't laborers of love. There aren't people who are laying their lives down. There aren't people who are slowing down from their daily life and all of their distractions and their plans. They're not slowing down from those things to seek God, to see what His will is for their life and how they can be a help to others. This is what I see in spirit. Like they're walking this earth as sleepwalkers, and almost like they're blindfolded, because here's the thing. I know that God's pleading with everybody's conscience that they know what they must do to get right with their Maker, but because they're proving to God, hey, I don't need you right now, I'm doing my own thing, see you later. So like people are going their own way for so many different reasons. So I know that everybody knows what they need to do personally to reach out to God and to be right with their Maker. It was just given to me the deep understanding of how big that is, that most people aren't doing that, and how it's a sin. You know, people get so busy doing their own thing, and so many things get left unattended to, and so many hearts and problems and issues of life within families and maritals, you know, and relationships and parenting and children and all of this, like things get so out of order because they're not going to God to learn of His godly order, and people are doing whatever they were influenced to do depending on how they grew up and what environment they grew up in, like, and how they were molded and shaped into the person that they are today. And you know, they're busy. That's just all, that's the main thing in this message, is how people are so busy. They're busy building friendships, relationships. They're busy building things. Kingdoms here, in other words, without God. And it's not God's kingdom. And they're building their own kingdoms, their own thrones. They're becoming their own gods. But I wanted to talk about this because it was just on my heart. I wanted to share this with you to really help convict you, help you wake up and start seeking God, start seeking truth, start asking Jesus what His will is for your life. What's your point and purpose, you know, in your family? Why did He place you in your families? Dig the issues of your families, get to know each heart, grow an understanding of God's knowledge and understanding and love by walking with Him and seeking Him every day, asking Him what His will is for your life. You know, because we were put here to become helpers, comforters, physicians, and healers. There are so few who are walking in the Spirit of God and in the love of God.